episode of Cranked Automotive, the VL build episode 3. Sorry it's been a few weeks, trying to get a few videos done and stuff like that, but yeah, work and stuff just gets in the way and other commitments, but try and stay on top of it and get them out sooner. But yeah, we have been doing a bit to the VL, which has been good. We've made a bit of progress on the body and stuff. Still going to paint the seals and the door frames, just going black with those, but got all the moulds on, all the bar and everything. Still just waiting for the tail lights and the rear garnish to arrive in the post, so that'll pretty much complete it. I'll pick up a Calais grill next week, so yeah. So here we go. Got all the moulds on. It looks pretty good. Starting some sort of H2O liquid or something's falling out of the sky at the moment. Get the grass going again. Handy hint too. Don't buy a car in the rain. Whatever you do, it always makes it look a lot better than it is. So make sure it's dry. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. It's my backyard paint job sort of thing on the bars and moulds and everything. So, and stuck them all on. So it does look really good. Ended up just modifying the VK Calais lower door moulds that I had. So yeah, come up fairly nice. So pretty much the rear garnish, the tail lights, and the upper boot lid mould garnish, whatever you want to call it, and they're going to be, I'm just waiting for them in the post, and I've got the tail light eyebrows and stuff already here. Picked them up last week, they were pretty cheap, so you've got to jump on it. So yeah, just do this, paint the sills black, and the door frames will be black as well, but I sort of just want to wait until I've got a bit better weather. Should be nice. So let us know in the comments or whatever if I should keep the rear louver sort of thing on. Kind of like it for some reason. It's like grandpa spec sort of thing. Or should I go Venetians? Go Venetians all round. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with it. It's turned out good. So just a few more little parts and that, and then yeah, it'll look the part. And we've got my mate, he's going to come and polish it for us. So get a few shades lighter, darker, or a few shades, get all the shit out of the paint, sort of thing. See if we can match up that front a bit better. No, it should come up alright. Pretty confident. Yeah. So pretty much this episode, what we're going to do is go through a few electrical problems and stuff in the BL that I'm having. So when I started up, pretty much first thing when I started up, it's overcharging. Battery light's on. I've got a voltmeter in there just in the factory dash, and it's overcharging way too much. So but some of these cars, they don't come out with it, and a lot of other cars and stuff don't come out with voltmeters or whatever. So that's a good indication that it's overcharging to me, obviously. Things that can cause that is the voltage regulator on the alternators. All the brushes wear and they don't work correctly, sort of thing. So, but I'm going to go through and show you guys how to diagnose that sort of stuff, or just the way that I diagnose it. And also the heater fan stuff, it doesn't work either. So we're going to do a little bit of troubleshooting and stuff. So this is the way that I do it, and it seems to work for me pretty well. So but yeah, if we can help you out, then sweet as. So pretty much what you'll need, this is a pretty flash mode one, but need a multimeter, check charge rates, test voltage drop, everything like that, and very handy thing, cheap as test light. Instead of having to pull out each individual fuse and check it, you can just check it with a test light, see if you've got power at both sides of the fuse, and relays and stuff like that too. So it does come in handy. So yeah, I'll start it up and we'll do a bit of a diagnostic process and see what's going on with this alternator. So pretty much here's the issue that I'm having. So listen to that pump. Righto. So got the battery light on. It is charging, but you give it a rev. Oh man, cook that battery, cook it. So pretty confident that it is going to be a voltage regulator. Some of these, they come out 2 different alternators. It's another thing to check and stuff. Not all the time you can replace it, and sometimes it is easier just to buy a new alternator or a second-hand one or whatever, but in this case it's got an external voltage regulator there, so make it nice and easy, and I'll pull the alternator off and show you guys how to swap it out. But yeah, we'll go through, check charge rate and everything like that, and yeah, confirm what I'm saying. Also, while I remember, I was supposed to show you guys last time where to find your colour code. Now it says paint 2B054D, so pretty much write that down and go into a paint shop and stuff. If you are going to do it the way that I sort of patched her up, pretty much what panel shops will do if they're going to do or repair it or anything like that, and use the original colour. So yeah, it's pretty simple. You guys probably already knew, but some people might not have, so it's a handy tip. Tags have got a lot of handy information about the vehicle, so like if you're buying an old one, or even, you know, a really old car and you're questioning whether it is a genuine, you know, motor or trans or diff or whatever, so you can decode these, and there are a lot of handy sites on the internet that can decode them for you, so that's all on this tag here. So sweet as. So pretty much what we're going to do, get this to sit down where it needs to be. Jesus. Alright, see how this goes. We'll start the engine up, let it idle. Then we want to go to voltage direct current. Say up there, DC. That. It's all over the shop. Should be sitting around, you know, 14.6, 14.2, anything like that, you know, even 13.8. That means it's charging. If it's, you know, you got it running and it's 12 volts, then it's not charging because you got a 12 volt battery. It needs to be, you know, around the 14 or lowest point, you know, 13.8 volts or up to 14.6. So this is obviously going a bit haywire, and when you rev it, it'll just keep increasing. So I'm suspecting a faulty voltage regulator on the alternator. So we'll pull that out and see how we go. Whack a new one in it. Also, another handy thing to know, how to test for voltage drop in, you know, circuit. So we want to test the voltage drop in the you know, alternator or the battery positive to the alternator, so that should be 12 volts. You know, if you go negative on the battery, will find a ground and connect positive to the alternator. But what we're looking for is a voltage drop in the that circuit from the positive to the positive on the alternator. So pretty much go negative onto positive, and then we can get down onto the back of the alternator where it is. So there's no voltage drop in that, so that's pretty good. The alternator off. Moist, rusty, bloody bolts. And there's the culprit. Doesn't look very happy. So we'll swap it out and yeah, whack it back on and do, or test it again, make sure it's all good, and hopefully we should have a properly charging alternator, something that's not going to cook your battery. Righto. That's pretty simple. Two flatheads there. Here's one I've prepared earlier. Says it's the right one. The internet says it's the right one, so it must be right. And looks like it'll do the job. So yeah, I think they're about like 60 bucks off eBay, eGay, eBay, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I just got this from Repco. Cost a little bit more, but at least I had it in stock, and if anything goes wrong, it's nice and easy. You go in there and go, hey, wrong one, or it doesn't work. Gotta watch eBay these days. Because the Chinese, China, will copy a lot of big name brands like Bosch and all kinds of other stuff. And yeah, they can look very similar, but definitely the quality's not there. So I'll pull that off. Have a look at that. There are your brushes. It's quite a difference there. You can see why it's having such a hard time. And yeah, it's one of those things, it's one of those wearable items. And as I was saying before, there are different types of alternators in these. Some they have the internal voltage regulator, so it's internal in the cases and the armature and everything like that. But luckily enough, we've got the one which is an external voltage regulator, so it's pretty much just a swap like this. And yeah, save you a bit of money having to go buy a whole new alternator. Unless you are witty enough to pull it right apart, but have done it, but it's not my sort of thing, mate. Pretty much wanna look inside. Make sure there's no funny business, but should be right. Should be okay. Alright. Make sure the contacts and everything are clean. There's no corrosion or funny business or really suspect sort of wear. Bit of shit in here. Should be right. Should be okay, man. And just pretty much when you're doing this sort of stuff, just take note. Take note of what you're doing. Take your time. Don't rush it. It's not a race. Just get it done. Make sure everything lines up correctly. Fairly happy there. Another little handy tip I like to do, it's just good practice I guess. If you've got a wire wheel, just give everything you pull off before you put it back on, just give it a quick buff and clean the threads out. You'll be surprised how handy it is when you do it. And it looks neater. Make sure that everything's sitting in here correctly. Started a bit. Sweet. Looks like everything's sweet. Not making any funny noises, so always just double check everything because you don't want to have to pull it off again. Righto, that was easy. I'll polish up these other bolts, especially this one. See, it's just crusty and rusty in there, and whack it all back in. Be careful when you tighten up the nut on the alternator positive post. Don't have to go too tight, just nice and firm, because you don't want to smash out the guts of it. And if you have them too loose, yeah, you'll be able to see after time, because it'll just be arcing, so it'll be all wide around there. So, right, let's see what happens. Give her a go, eh? And that's fixed it. Lights on, high beam. Oh, fuel's starting to go a bit shit in it. Oh, set off the alarm myself. This is too much power, bro. It's too much power. After any sort of thing, you always come back, be sure. got the alternator charging. It's start A before B, make sure everything's working correctly. So anyway, the heater, fan and aircon stuff isn't working at all, so I'll show you guys what's doing. Key on. Got nothing. You hear the vacuum working, so that's good. Yeah. Nothing at all. Looks like someone's been here before, actually. The screw's a bit loose, but so what we'll do, the early model Commodores, they have a fuse panel here. The VLs, they don't, even though they have that. What the early models say. Pretty sure up to VK they have interior fuse panel in here. VLs don't, they got one outside. So need a test light for this one. So just got the ground there. Make sure it's working. Let's wait, make sure it's working. Still not working. There you go. Make sure it works. And I can tell you right now, that's not good. Bales are common for it. Melting fuse boxes and stuff, so I'm just surprised it's only really one. And have a look here. Aircon, heater and blower, 25 amp, which is right there. And that'll be that one. I've got power there. See all the crud. It's all melted plastic. So first things first, I'm going to clean that out and whack a 25 amp fuse in it. It's pretty handy having a test light, because you can go along all the fuses and make sure they work. Just like that. On both sides. You're always going to have power at one side. If you don't have power at the other, then you're blowing a fuse. Obviously. Yeah. Really, if that's my biggest issue with this thing, then I'm pretty happy. So I'll clean it up and see if we can get it working again. A 20 amp fuse laying around. Don't have any 25s unfortunately, but should be right. And that's the bit that I got out of it. It's a bit old fuse, so anyway, that's just what happens. I think they just get hot and yeah, just melt. It's just been quite a problem, common problem in the VLs and stuff. I've seen a few of them, but it's pretty tidy ones. Just something to keep your eye on, I guess. So yeah, see how it goes, see what happens. So what happens, eh? Might blow a fuse again. Oh, we got a fan. Some sort of funny business going on here, but at least it works. It hasn't blown up yet. Sweet. That'll do me. Make it past roadworthy anyway. Sweet. So that's pretty much this episode of the VL build done. Probably have one more episode, and I reckon it'll be knocked over then. So I'll have those other calo bits, whack them on, give you a bit of a progress report about that. And one thing should happen in all VLs is the coolant system upgrade, which I'm going to use a VL V8 radiator and yeah, do a little bit of wizardry with the bottom hose, just so it actually cools properly, and hopefully not going to crack a head anytime soon, because nobody likes that. And yeah, so just do a few other just general service items and get everything else up to scratch, put a few bougies in it. Yeah, fresh fuel filter and stuff. So yeah, get that done and should be pretty right. Get it roadworthy. Send it in. See how it all goes. Yeah, as I said, be a good cruiser once it's done, and yeah, until I'm ready to turbo it, should be sweet. But thanks for watching, and keep an eye on my YouTube channel, because I do have a pretty special little build coming up. It's something a bit different, and it's not a Commodore, but I still have a few of those to do yet. So yeah, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave any comments in the comment section below. I hope you guys found this helpful and enjoyed watching it. So, and until next time.